So is automation and AI gonna kill all the VLSI engineer in the future? We will discuss everything in detail in this video. But before I start my video, I have a request. Please like my video right now and help YouTube to spread it to many more future VLSI engineer like you. Let's get started. Hey, hi new people. So I'm Rajdeep and I'm currently working as CAD engineer with Intel, and you might be knowing the main task of a CAD engineer is to try to develop the strategy to automate the design. So I guess I'm in a great place to help you out if question of today's video is true or false. So semiconductor chips are incredibly complex and there is no way you can design today by your hand manually without the help of computer, and that's why we have in industry we have many EDA tools and which are electronic design automation, and the current chip processor or anything can't be designed without the help of those EDA tools. And that's why I can say that the field VLSI is born only due to that we have the automation power. Just imagine like few decades before when Intel launched their first chip, which was 4004, it have around 2k of transistor and that can be designed manually by an engineer. But right now we have 100 plus billions of transistor, and that's why the field or the industry name is VLSI, very large circuit integration, because we do that thing and that thing can't be done by manual hand. We need the EDA. So that means automation in current scenario is not killing the VLSI, but it's helping VLSI industry to grow in a pace we are witnessing today. But what about future? Will it really gonna kill all the VLSI engineer? So be it any industry, AI automation is like scary for employee of any industry, because they are thinking that in future, today or any day, AI gonna snatch their job from their hand. But I guess this thing can only happen anytime soon when AI can think of themselves. They develop the thinking capacity, and fortunately or unfortunately, I think in our lifetime we don't gonna see this. And in a nutshell, AI are in very starting phase still now. If you want an example like in which stage AI are, then this analogy is best fitted, and that is teaching your grandparent about technology. For example, you are teaching them how to withdraw money from ATM. You will give them a set of instruction, right? And they will follow those set of instruction and they can get the money out without your intervention or your help. But sometimes if something happen in ATM, like it is taking too much time, that time they will call you, hey, I'm unable to withdraw my money, and that time you need to help your grandparents for that. And the same stage AI algorithms are now. They can for sure make your work easy, make your work faster, automated, but you need to intervene them. You need to take care of those algorithms if they are doing the thing correctly or not. So let's see the future, like what's gonna happen in next 10 to 15 years. So for that, software industry a perfect example, because in software industry they have adapted those AI algorithms and make them commercial around 15 to 20 years before, right? Like we have Facebook, Instagram, Google search and many other things. Maximum of them are using AI algorithm, right? But in VLSI design, you will be surprised to know that we are still in the research phase. We still don't have any commercially viable algorithms. There might be few small user case, but not as like in the software industry. So if we take this use case or fact, the software industry has adapted the AI in 10 or 15 years before. So in today's scenario, do we have any shortage of job in software industry? So this give you the answer, like if today VLSI industry start adapting those AI algorithm, like it's already there. It is not there right now, but theoretically if we have those algorithms today right now and start adapting those, then in 10 and 15 years for sure there won't be any scarcity of VLSI engineer job. So don't worry. And as faced earlier, VLSI industry are very complex because you need to route kilometers of wire in a space which is something like the fingernail. So you can imagine the phase of complexity there. You need to route them in such a way that you can have a optimized latency, optimized power consumption and optimized heat performance. So there are actually thousands of variables. So developing an algorithm in such a way that they can do on their own the optimized solution without any human help, it's still for me like a sci-fi movie. And yes, I can agree that in recent year Google or some other industry already have published few papers where they have showcased how using AI you can design a chip. But it is not like designing the whole chip, it's like they have developed a algorithm which can optimize the floor planning solution. So you can see floor planning is really a complex thing, and moreover in their paper they have not done it for whole chip. They have just used 3 to 4 blocks to make us understand how we can optimize the floor planning. But in VLSI industry, floor planning is just a step. We have many other things for full VLSI design. So we are hoping that we are in the mode to develop more algo which can ultimately automate many of the VLSI design cycle. But hey, those automation will definitely reduce the time complexity, but never for sure in my lifetime humans. But hey, again, for example, something happened drastically and in 10 years in the line we have something which can automate the maximum of thing in VLSI industry. But hey, who will code those automation? Who will? The answer is a VLSI engineer only. For example, take a simple example. Whenever we have the automated washing machine, somebody had coded those flow like you need to move this way, then this way to wash your cloth most optimized way. Do you even imagine if he had never washed those clothes by his hand, he can write a code which can perform the optimized way? For sure no. In the same way, if you think of automating any VLSI design cycle, you need to know those things by yourself, by hand. So this might be true to say that a VLSI engineer who never did coding might don't find any job in few years, but a VLSI engineer who know the coding will get a job for sure, and there are opportunities which are booming for sure in the near future. And don't get afraid by word coding. Coding is nothing exclusive to computer science student. They are in our syllabus too. And coding is simple, bro. You need to analyze something mathematically, develop the algorithm, and then write those things in a language in which computer can understand. So main thing of coding is to develop the algorithm, right? Steps: I want to cook my food, I will wash my rice, I'll put them inside the cooker, and I will ignite my fire. So this is a step, and that step is the main thing. And after that you just need to know the syntax, like I will write this way or that way for C, C++ or any other language which I am using. So coding is nothing to be afraid of. So if you are currently a VLSI engineer or thinking to be in this industry, I think you must be knowing the coding. And the need of human are increasing day by day, and which in turn will increase the complexity of chip. For example, metaverse, which need the 1000 times power chip currently we have. So in future, if we develop some algorithm which can develop today's chip, at that time complexity will be more complex, and I don't see in near future we can be in the same position like steady state where the human need, the complexity of the chip and the algorithm are in same place, so that we can eliminate the human engineer altogether. So in conclusion, in both the industry software and VLSI, AI can never replace a human being, or more correctly, a skilled human being. Don't worry about like in software industry or VLSI industry about their future because of AI, but think about how you developed your skill, because a skilled human being will always be in demand independent of any industry. So invest your time on developing skill, hard skill, and also in soft skill, because the management power, the communication, the way you present, those things make you human. And those things can't be replaced using AI. So that's the conclusion for today's video. And if you want to know really how much coding is needed by a VLSI engineer to start with, check out this video. Here I have explained those things in much simpler way. So check out that video, and we will see in our next video. And hey, don't forget to comment down, because I am waiting for your comment to continue this discussion.